Assalamu alaikum. This is Kaleem Bhatti on behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Harrisburg. And after a couple of weeks of transition and some difficulties that we had technically, I'd like to begin our new sessions here on YouTube. And as is customary, I am going to begin with the few short verses from the Holy Quran. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. So once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. All peace and blessings to you from the Harrisburg chapter of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. We are the community within Islam who was founded by the founder, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. And this is who our founder is. This is the promised Messiah of the second coming of Jesus. And real briefly, when Jesus said, I have many things to say unto you, but you cannot bear them, and I will come again. This is the second coming of Jesus of Nazareth. This too is the promised Messiah that Jesus foretold of his second coming. And this is what separates us from the rest of the Muslim world, as we have accepted this man who was born in India in 1835, just as the Bible and the Holy Quran and all other religions prophesied, that the Messiah, the second coming, will come like a thief in the night. And this is exactly how he came. He came in a remote village in India called Qadian. Born in 1835, he had absolutely no interest in worldly studies. He devoted his entire life to religious studies and went on by the command of God to claim that he was indeed the promised Messiah. And in 1889, in a small village outside of Qadian in Ludhiana, he took initiation from the first followers of his movement, which now is in over 200 countries of the world, with over 75 chapters in the United States alone. His movement has spread far and wide. And interestingly, we believe, and he taught us, and the Quran tells us, that Jesus of Nazareth survived the crucifixion. And we love Jesus dearly, and we believe wholeheartedly that Jesus could not have been sentenced to 3 days and 3 nights of suffering away from his Maker, his God. So we believe Jesus was put on the cross. He suffered for a few short hours. He was taken down alive. Hence, the Roman soldiers who came to check on his status, the Pilate who had realized that Jesus was a good man, he was innocent of the charges against him by the Romans. He scheduled the execution, the crucifixion, for late in the day, knowing that he would be taken down on Sabbath, because the Roman law strictly forbade anyone to be on the cross during the Sabbath on Saturday. So he was taken down. Soldiers came to take him down, but he appeared to them, Jesus appeared to them as he had died. So they pierced his belly, his side, and according to the Bible, blood and water came gushing forth. Now, any doctor, any common person can realize that when a when blood and water is gushing forth from our body, that's a sign of a pumping heart. So we believe that he was Jesus, Prophet Jesus, on whom be peace, was still alive. And then another prophecy where his bones would not be broken, yet the two thieves that were hung crucified next to him, their bones were broken. Thereby, their rib cage and every lung and heart were being supported, but Jesus's bones were not broken. So I know I'm moving very fast here. This is the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and if you want to learn, if you need to learn about Islam, then please come ask the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, because we are the true Islam that the world is in search of. This man, the promised Messiah, the second coming of Jesus, came to this world to bring back faith that had left the earth. And after his passing, he then, by divine command, established the system of khilafat, of successorship. And today we are under the leadership of His Holiness Mirza Masroor Ahmad, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, who resides in London, who guides us on a daily basis. He prays for us, and he is our leader. Now, our Catholic friends would appreciate that this Khalifa of ours is modeled very closely. His election is very closely modeled after the Catholic system. So we have some commonalities there with our Catholic friends, and it's a lifetime office that our present Imam, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, is now serving for the last 15, 16, 17 years or so, since 2003, I believe it was. So this is a introduction of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. We are under the divine leadership, divine command of the promised Messiah, who established the true Islam, Ahmadiyyat, who named this sect of Islam Ahmadiyyat, and it is the true Islam. So again, if you want to learn about Islam, and if you see in the news what is purported to be what Muslims are doing around the world, it is not what true Islam is all about. So, again, if you have any questions whatsoever about Islam, we are the ones that you can ask from. And myself, if I cannot answer any question, I promise you, I will get the answer for you. We have a number of websites that have a wealth of information. One is trueislam.com. That's TRUEISLAM. Let me actually double check that, because I hope I didn't pronounce that correct. Yes, True Islam, the word true, ISLAM.com. And our other website is called alislam.org, ALISLAM.org. It's a wealth of knowledge, the Holy Quran, the books from the promised Messiah. And as I mentioned, this promised Messiah that the entire world is waiting for wrote well over 80 books on topics from the Holy Quran to anything that you could think of that would agitate your mind, that has not been answered. This man, the promised Messiah, who, as I said in the beginning, Jesus said, I have many things to say unto you, but you are not ready to bear them. I will come again, and this is the second coming of Jesus of Nazareth. And I fast forwarded that story very quickly. The fact is that when Jesus was of Nazareth was on the cross, he was taken down alive on the cross. He was put into the tomb alive, where an ointment was administered on him, and that was not to be confused with embalming fluid. This was a healing ointment. And after a few days in that cave, he left that cave. The boulder that was covering that cave had been moved. Had he risen spiritually, he did not need to leave that cave through by moving the boulder of that cave. He left that place. He ran into some believers who were surprised to see him. Uh, and he showed them his wounds. And then he asked for food. And I know I'm going very, very fast on this, but it's something that I hope will agitate, instigate some questions in your mind that you've never heard of. But this is what the promised Messiah, this is what true Islam is all about. We need to open our hearts, open our minds, and think and hear outside the box. So this is the Ahmadiyya Muslim community under the leadership of our present Khalifa, the fifth Khalifa of Islam, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, who resides in London in a small, newly rebuilt village called Islamabad. And with that, let me close and say once again that any questions you have, we are happy to help you. If you want peace, we are here to help you give peace because we have something that we are very happy for. The promised Messiah himself said, I see people rushing into a pit of fire and I try to stop them, but they don't listen. And it is our job, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Harrisburg's job, to introduce the true Islam, the true teachings of faith to the humanity, to Harrisburg, to central Pennsylvania, so that you too can have what we have, and that's peace of mind in the true sense of the word, to make our God happy. And speaking of that, let me close and remind everyone to please pray for humanity. Humanity is suffering all over the world, including the United States. India is suffering due to COVID. America has suffered due to COVID. Brazil is suffering. All the world, our friends and our poor friends in Palestine are being bombarded for no other reason except that they're Muslim. And of course, there's other political issues there, but innocent children are dying. Humanity is hurting, and we all need to come under the banner of the love of God. So may Allah, may your God, may our God, whatever your God's name may be, please join me in praying for these people. Pray for humanity, because that is the true religion. Humanity is what God really takes into account. So with that, let me say goodbye until next time. Signing off from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Again, my name is Kaleem Bhatti. And any questions you have, you can address them here online on YouTube or on Facebook, or just reach out to us at the Hadi Mosque. Hadi Mosque is starting to open on Fridays. You may be welcome there to visit 1:15. The Friday sermon takes place. So come join us. Just take the proper precautions as we all do. We are socially distancing. And with that, until next time, Kaleem Bhatti signing off, and hope to see you next week. Good luck and God bless.